Welcome to today's discussion on the latest developments in technology, economics, and healthcare. I'm Sonia.
And I'm Simon. We'll be covering several key stories, starting with a major tech infrastructure project.
Microsoft has partnered with Singapore's Lightstorm to build a new undersea table linking India with Malaysia and Singapore. This project is part of a larger trend of expanding AI and cloud infrastructure in India.
That's interesting. So this undersea cable is meant to support AI, cloud, and hyperscale workloads. Can you explain what that means in practical terms?
Essentially, it means the cable will enable faster and more reliable data transfer between these countries, supporting the growing demand for cloud services and AI applications. The consortium includes other major players like Tata Communications and NEC Corporation.
I see. So it's a collaborative effort involving multiple tech and telecom companies. What's the expected timeline for this project?
According to the reports, the cable is expected to be completed by late 2029. This gives an idea of the scale and complexity of the project.
That's a significant investment in infrastructure. How does this fit into the broader context of India's growing data market?
India is one of the world's fastest-growing data markets, driven by increasing internet penetration and digital adoption. This cable will help support that growth by improving connectivity and data transfer capabilities.
That makes sense. Now, let's move on to another story. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz has unveiled a comprehensive reform package aimed at reviving Germany's sluggish economy.
That's right. The package includes 34 measures, such as income tax cuts for low and middle-income earners, pension overhaul, and new sick leave rules. The goal is to stimulate economic growth and address some of the country's economic challenges.
What specific tax cuts are being proposed and how might they impact the economy?
The reporting suggests that the tax cuts are aimed at reducing the burden on low and middle income earners, potentially increasing disposable income and consumer spending. This could, in theory, boost economic activity.
That sounds like a typical fiscal stimulus approach. What about the pension overhaul? How does that fit into the overall strategy?
The pension overhaul is part of a broader effort to ensure the sustainability of Germany's pension system. The details are still coming out, but it's likely aimed at addressing demographic changes and ensuring the system's long-term viability.
Okay, got it. And what's the reaction been to these proposed reforms?
The reaction has been mixed, with some supporting the measures as necessary for economic growth, while others have expressed concerns about the potential impact on certain segments of the population.
Moving on to another story, Alibaba has agreed to pay $600 million to settle allegations that it allowed illegal drug and equipment sales on its platform.
Yes, the U.S. Justice Department alleged that Alibaba failed to prevent merchants from selling and importing illegal drugs, chemicals, and pill presses into the U.S. through its e-commerce platforms. Alibaba has entered into a non-prosecution agreement to resolve these allegations.
That's a significant settlement. What does this mean for Alibaba's operations and compliance practices?
The settlement suggests that Alibaba will likely need to enhance its compliance and monitoring practices to prevent such activities in the future. This could involve more stringent vetting of merchants and improved reporting mechanisms.
I understand. So it's not just about the financial penalty, but also about the operational changes Alibaba needs to make. Bank of Baroda has agreed to pay $600 million to settle a dispute with NMC Health creditors.
That's right. The bank has chosen to settle the dispute to avoid prolonged litigation, uncertainty, and associated costs. This settlement is part of the bank's efforts to manage its exposure to risky assets.
The amount is substantial. How might this settlement impact Bank of Baroda's financials and investor confidence?
The settlement will likely have a significant impact on the bank's financials in the short term, potentially affecting its profitability. However, avoiding prolonged litigation could provide more stability in the long run.
Let's move on to a healthcare-related story. New Jersey is planning to charge companies whose workers are on Medicaid. and other states might follow suit.
Yes, this move is part of a broader trend where states are looking to recoup costs associated with Medicaid due to new federal policies. The idea is to charge companies that don't provide adequate health coverage to their employees.
How do companies typically respond to such policies, and what are the potential implications for employees?
Companies might respond by either improving their health coverage offerings or accepting the additional costs. For employees, the hope is that this will encourage more companies to provide better health coverage, though there's a risk that it could also lead to reduced hiring or lower wages.
That's a complex issue. What are the reactions been from various stakeholders?
The affected companies and some liberal organizations have expressed opposition, fearing it could make it harder for lower-income people to get and keep jobs. Others see it as a necessary step to ensure companies contribute to the healthcare costs of their employees.
Well, it looks like we've covered a wide range of topics today, from tech infrastructure to economic reforms and healthcare policies.
That's right. It's been a comprehensive discussion. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you, Sonia. It's been informative.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Until next time.
Goodbye.